Okay,
Ready?
right to go. We're here for the 57th Babinda Harvest Festival, and it looks like it's going to be a real festival because the streets are full of people, and we look forward to it.
Yeah, Angle, what a magnificent day for downtown Babinda. Blue skies, sunshine. We can't really say that's the norm, but we've really turned it on today. And what a great crowd we've got gathering, ready for the parade here at 3 o'clock to kick things off. Float or vehicle or participant for the day, it's the police service, and always respected and valued to a small community, Angle.
That's right. We're if you're ever in trouble, you always turn to them, and they're very obliging. And at the moment, they're just waiting for the rest of this parade to come up behind them.
Yeah, we've got a good cross-section of community participating, from the emergency services, the schools, different community organisations, and really this is what the Harvest Fest does. It brings people together, and of course we've got a big crowd here to really enjoy the festivities. So good to see, Angle.
It is, and there's so many young ones, children, school children walking in the parade, and you say, well, good on them. That's the future of the Babinda Township.
And here we've got, what have we got here? We've got the Babinda Kindy walking. It's a Kindy daycare float. Looks like a barramundi, I think. We've got the Ballin Kerr State School. These are in the category Best on Foot. They've
advertising the ocean, advertising the fish, the octopus and everything. Yeah, and here comes now to find the treasure. That is Ballin Kerr State School. They all look good, and they're all smiling.
Yeah, that's our future generations, and as you said, they're all smiling, they're all happy, and they're all very colourful here today.
They are, Brett. It's very colourful. Here we have one of the originals, Miss Annie Wonga, and we really admire Annie. She's part of Babinda. Yeah. And following her, we have the current Harvest Princess, and that's Cody Spoke. She was elected in 2019, but because there was nothing last year, Cody's been in charge of the procession for 2 years.
Well, that's right. We've missed out for the last 2 years, so it's great to have the Harvest Festival back on in 2021. We've got our princesses, and
we've got the entrance coming through. They're on the back of vehicles, and they're giving us a smile and a wave.
Yeah,
and
that's this year's entrance. That's great.
And there's 6 entrants. And out of the 6, there'll be one of them selected as the Festival Queen, and the other one will be Community Queen. So we all look forward to the results tonight when they announce it at the showgrounds around about 5:30.
And good on them for putting their hand up, these young ladies. We've got 6 princesses this year. We've got Isabella Bostock, Shayla Ganley, Casey McRae, Liberty Bouvet, Tasia Budd and Lauren Hickmott, representing the community of Babinda. They've been raising funds, having high teas and different functions, but this is all about them at a young age giving back to community. And so wonderful to see, and something that's very special with the Harvest Festival.
Yeah, and it's wonderful too to have 6 entrants from a little town called Babinda doing their bit, and they're smiling, and it's wonderful, and the people we can see are enjoying it immensely.
Here we've got a couple of tall walkers, very colourful, under the sea theme there. We've got Neptune, and whoever the queen for Neptune is, but they're very tall and they're very colourful here today. Following the high walkers, we've got our local Indigenous group. What have we got there? Waru Udinji float, and Indigenous dancers in behind them. Again, colourful, but great to see some of our Indigenous culture on display down Munro Street here in Babinda.
Yeah, and they can really lay it on, Brett. They're doing a great job, and we admire them for taking part in Babinda's procession.
Yep. Well, there it is. It's a great multicultural town, Babinda, and that was our Indigenous group with their traditional dancing. Now we've got another lot of colourful dancers coming up, Angle. It's the Parados do Parisio Cairns Samba dancers.
Samba dance classes,
they look colourful.
So they're all the way from Cairns taking part in Babinda's procession, and man, do they look
we've got
colourful.
Some Latin American dancing happening.
And now we've got Babinda and District Arts and Crafts coming through, and they're very, very colourful, and also people at the back there waving to us. And that's going to be followed by another group called the Stingers.
It's the Babinda State School.
And as we said, the theme this year is Under the Sea, and they're taking advantage of it.
all of our young people from Babinda, and what a good turnout from the school. And there's the principal. Hey, Mr. Principal. Oh, Rod there's got his pipe. We've got a couple of vintage cars, and one very close there to my heart, the V-Dub. Goes with my tropical shirt. I've got my V-Dub shirt on today. Didn't realise it would be in the parade, but there you go.
No, they attract a lot of attention, don't they, Brett, these vintage cars?
Oh, they do.
No matter when they drive along the highway, people look up and say, look at that. And here we have them in the main street of Babinda for our 57th festival.
I can tell you a lot of love, care and attention going to these vintage cars. They're very passionate, these drivers and car owners, and they wait for little events like this. Oh, there we go, nice horn. Yep. Good sound in the background. But look, this is very
nice horn,
special.
nice wave.
And he's got a tropical shirt on as well.
And here we get the waves from these vintage car drivers and passengers.
They're all dressed up. That chauffeur was in a dinner suit driving that car. Gee, they're really into the spirit of things today. Angle, so good to see.
It is. And they haven't worried about seat belts either. It doesn't matter. It's a street procession.
Well, two things in those days: you hang on for dear life, or you don't speed, Angle. Obviously.
Yeah, that's right. No, I admire their polish. They're sparkling. I'll have to go home and do my car up. The Chinese drummers will be going past us, and all colourful.
And here we've got, this is the Kadkai dancers, the Chinese dragon dancers, and drum playing. Again, very multicultural and colourful, so colourful. With their banners and the dragons.
It's been described to me as, per head of population, it's one of the finest parades you see in North Queensland. And that gives you a bit of a lift, and you even try harder next year.
Yeah, the Harvest Festival Committee do a magnificent job, Angle. I know there's a lot of hard work that goes into this. But look, it's really appreciated by the community, and you can see that with the turnout here today, and the participants in the parade. We've got a good lot of numbers. They're still coming, and then great to see these kids enjoying themselves too. We've got some pretty scary dragons here. They might be 3 foot nothing, but they got their mouths open and
very colourful, and they can see where they're going. No, it's amazing when you ask people where you're from.
Here comes a big purple
They come
one.
from the far north.
It's looking pretty scary. Well done to the Kadkai Lion and Dragon team. They certainly know how to move that dragon from head to tail. Plenty happening.
Now we've got the Mirrawinny State School, and you can see all the pupils and young students on there, real colourful, and a lot of banners and a lot of colourful streamers. They're good on them. It's well done.
Oh, good on them. What a big colourful float Mirrawinny State School have put on here today, and the kids are. What are they hanging over the side? Lanterns, fishing lines. They're having a whale of a time, those kids up there. Save the whale. That's what their sign says, save the whale.
It's nice to see.
We got the ride on Moller by the cousins. I don't think the drivers are 18, but this is the Harvest Fest. We'll allow it.
Yep.
There's Max Creek, McDonald Creek State School. Another good turnout. Small school, but they've got a big heart down there, and they're happily participating in the Harvest Fest parade. Theme, fresh fish. I love it. Good on you, Tony. I can recognise you.
And the doctor too.
And the doc's there as well. Is that a Scott Morrison look-alike? Yeah. You popped into town. Good to see. St. Rita's Catholic Primary School, Babinda, another big float, and haven't they gone to some trouble as well?
They have.
Our school swims together. What a theme.
And how they've got all these balloons, everything colourful, all standing out.
Balloons and
the
bubbles.
Kids coming in, walking behind them, and they're enjoying it too.
Great to see that. Look at those smiling faces. Here we go, Angle, Babinda, the farming town, farming community.
Yep.
We've got the old John Deere tractor kicking off the tractor section.
I went around last night, had a look when they were getting together at the showground, and there would have been at least 50 tractors. And it's going to be interesting because some of them, I'd say, will be at least 80 years old. But it creates a lot of attention here, the tractors.
Here we have the John Deere, we've got a Ford Turbo, and there we've got the old red Massey Ferguson. And a real old...
Nuffield.
Yeah.
A Nuffield.
I think all us farming kids learnt to drive on the old Massey Ferguson. There's that grey one. That's what I learned to drive on all those years ago.
Yeah, and they're still popular too, those silver Fergies. They're very popular.
And again, what good nick they're in.
Well, if city people haven't seen machinery, they would have seen it today in Babinda with all these tractors going through. They're every make, every brand, and they're well and truly polished as well.
I'm having to lip read you, Angle. I can't hear a thing. Never mind the earmuffs for the tractor operators. We need them for the people on the footpath as well. There's some horsepower there, though, isn't there?
There is. There is, and it's amazing how they all come down from everywhere. You see them on low loaders and on semi-trucks being brought into the showgrounds last night. So the festival is happy to have the tractors here. They were there this morning doing things, and the tractor pull will be on again tomorrow, Sunday.
Well, they're all having a good time. They've got their phones and cameras out and taking photos. They'd have a good view of the crowd back down along the Munro Street. We've got the SES supervising the traffic. Safety always important, public safety for these sorts of events, and we certainly make sure we've got everything covered off.
No, I thought all the vintage cars were well polished, but gee whiz, these tractors are well polished too. They're shiny. You could all see your reflection on their mudguards and on their bonnet. And they're enjoying themselves too. No, it's nice to see in a rural town.
Well, when we talk about what the sugar industry is worth to these small communities, Angle, you only have to look at the value of some of these big tractors here.
That's right.
A lot of dollars, and of course they go to the farming industry operators, and of course that flows back down through the community. So, you know, very important to the community of Babinda, the sugar industry.
Drivers, most of them, 95% of them are men, but hey, there's a couple of ladies driving the tractors too, so good on them.
I reckon we might have all 50 plus tractors from the tractor pulling event. Angle, I think they're all down Main Street and Munro Street wanting to get into this parade.
Yeah, and they go past and they give us a wave as we're broadcasting here. It's amazing. And you can see all the people are enjoying it because they're waving.
Plenty of green and yellow here today.
It is. They're mostly all JDs. Well, looks like, Brett, we're coming to the end of the procession. The fire brigade truck is at the back, bringing up the rear. Yeah, and it's beautiful, fine weather, I think. Everybody is enjoying it. The procession is almost over, and we've enjoyed
the size of
bringing
some of
this
these
to you.
tractors, I tell you what.
Here we have a tractor and the driver, and he's got his little
friend,
puppet.
His little pooch.
He's got his little puppy on him.
And then all that noise is our last entrant, which is, of course, the emergency services, the fire engine. Again, these fellas keeping our community safe, playing a really important part, but always supportive of this festival, always in the parade. And there you can hear the bells and whistles going off and the sirens, lots of lights and bubbles. And again, those officers having a good time and being part of our local community.
Yeah, and Brett and I, we've enjoyed bringing you this description of the procession. Now that it's all over, a lot of us will be heading over to the showground to see the winners of the Queen competition, the shops, the best dressed premises, and the best dressed windows and everything like that. So it'll be interesting. So thank you, everyone, for listening to us, and we'll catch you at the festival next year.
Thank you, Angle, and thank you to the committee. And as Angle said, great to have the Harvest Festival back this year after COVID. And again, bigger and better next year. So let's get over to Bill Wakem Park and to continue enjoying those festivities. Thank you.
Well, he rolls up on a motorbike with an old coat that smells like work. She stares up at a rain cloud rolling over Bellenden Curve, and she said, I like the rain when it's pouring down. I like the rain when it's pouring down. I like the rain when it's pouring down. I like the rain when it's pouring. It makes that sound so sweet. And he flicks off his blunt stone boot.